Welcome back, Mitsubishi. My name is Nathan, and today we're doing a walk-around video on something quite unique. What we have here is Mitsubishi's 2019 MY20 Mitsubishi Outlander PHEV. Now, what that means is this is a electric vehicle. Now, if you don't know much about these are great cars and probably quite unique in the sense that it does have a standalone electric motor that can run up to 50 kilometers on pure hybrid and no petrol at all. So great system. You can just plug it and charge. You do also have quick charge systems in this car, but we will run on exactly what this car has to offer you and also some of the features that comes in this ES ADAS edition of the PHEV. Now, starting off on that front end, you do get that pretty much the standard Outlander look across the range. You do get the dynamic shield effect, which is these chrome platings on the outside and that chrome finish on the inside. And you can see all the different details that have been used on the front. So piano black gloss finish, and chrome finishes. Badging in the middle there, you also get these nice sharp headlights that again look quite nice and integrate beautifully into that front end design. They do come with projector globes across here, which give you a really nice clear cut line of light. High beams fitted on the in the middle lamp, indicators on the inside, and a daytime running light through the bottom there, which is going to improve the visibility during the day. These also come with fog lamps fitted at the very bottom, and if you're wondering what this is actually a headlight washer, just to keep the headlights nice and clean, especially if they do get a bit dusty or dirty. Now, coming across the side, don't know how well you can pay attention to the paintwork in the dealership, but make sure you pay as much attention as you can, because this is a starlight finish, so there is a slight sparkle or a finish on the paintwork itself. So we'll try to capture that as best as we can. Now, taking a look at that first alloy, if you have done much research on Outlanders, you will notice that this is a completely different alloy to any of the Outlanders across the range. Now, the PHEVs come with this stunning multi-spoke design, which have many spokes. It's got a main spoke and the smaller spoke that branches off that. And it's quite a unique look in itself, and it lets everyone else know that you're not just driving a standard Outlander, but it is a PHEV model, because only the PHEVs come with this rim setup. You also get plenty of trade, as these are pretty much a brand new car. Now, on this quarter panel, it does also get your plug-in hybrid EV, which is what the PHEV stands for, but a little badging there in that beautiful blue chrome finish. Now, coming across the side, you do get the color match side mirrors and door handles, again in that beautiful starlight finish, and the indicator lamp fitted into that side mirror just to elevate the actual lamp, improve visibility for the other drivers, but also clears up the quarter panel for you for that nice PHEV badging. Now, these hybrid, being the ES ADAS models, they do come with a fob key or keyless entry. Now, there is a little button on the door handle here just to lock and unlock the car. As you can see, as long as you're within proximity of the door, you can do that. Side mirrors don't fold in these models, but you can manually push them in if you did want to. Now, if you open it up and take a look inside the car, you can see it's pretty similar to most of the hybrids in terms of its setup, but there are a few little key features which are slightly different. So taking a look at the seats, you do get those nice cloth seats with the dual tone finish. So you've got that grey finish on the inside and that smoother black finish on the outside. And they do also come with the carpet flooring at the bottom, and quite a unique looking shifter, which is very different to what you're probably used to looking at most of these cars, but quite a nice design. But we will touch on exactly what everything on the inside of this car will be when we go inside. But closing this up, you will also note there's this really nice chrome garnish at the bottom here that don't actually come in any of the other Outlander ranges, or models I should say, but it gives a really nice effect to the side of the car and improves its prestigious kind of look, as it's not just a standard Outlander. Opening it up, take a look at the back seats as well. Plenty of space in the back. Now, these seats are completely adjustable. You can fold them back and forward like so, or you can even actually no, you can't move these forward in this model because you don't get the 7 seats at the back, but you can see just how much space you get in there, and would recommend you also speak to us about some carpet mats. This is going to keep the floor nice and clean. Another thing you will note is that these back windows are a little bit darker than the front. Now, what that is a privacy glass, just to stop people from looking inside the car and keep your things private, but it doesn't actually provide the benefits of tint. So please speak to us about our tint options, because you're going to want to get yourself protected, especially when you're buying a car like this. Again, not going to touch too much on the condition of the rim, because this is pretty much a brand new car, so no damage whatsoever. And on this side of the car is your electric plug-in point. So you've got your standard charge, which is here, and you've got your quick charge, which is just this more complex looking compartment there, but you've got both your charging points on the right hand side of the car. If you come across to the tailgate, As you can see, it's pretty similar to most of the Outlanders as well. You've got your color matched reverse parking sensors and a reverse camera mounted just under the lip of the boot. Get the nice brake lights and a high mounted brake light fitted in the model just to improve the visibility of your braking. Rear wipers and washers, and a roof spoiler just to give it a little bit of a sportier look. PHEV and Outlander badging with the Mitsubishi badging in that chrome finish, and you've also got that super all-wheel control system in this car, as these are an all-wheel drive system. If I open up the boot, you can see just how much space you actually get in these cars. So you've got the car seat mounting points at the back of those middle row seats, and lots of space in the back. Here's all your charging components for the charging system, and if I lift it up again, that'll be your jacking tools for the car. Now these cars don't come with a spare wheel, the PHEVs, but you do get a charging pack in here, which is probably, in my opinion, a better option, as you can fill up any holes with this and then pump it up with that just to get you to the closest location. Who wants to be stuck out in the rain trying to change their tire? It does get a 12-volt charging socket here, so realistically you can use that to charge or pump your tires up, and yeah, lots of space in the back of these cars. But closing this up, coming across to the passenger side of the car, here is your fuel cap or fuel release cap, so to put your standard petrol in there. But again, like I said, not going to touch too much on the condition because it is a brand new car and presents beautifully in the showroom here. So you've got a very unique rim pattern on these. You've also got a lot of safety features in the ADAS model, and we will touch on exactly what that is. So now we will open the engine bay and take a look inside the car. Alright, taking a look inside the engine bay of the PHEV. Now what we have here is two motors. As you can see, you've got your standard petrol motor on the left and your plug-in hybrid motor on the right. So it does look a little bit different to your standard Outlander engine bay. Now this is the petrol motor is a 2.4 litre petrol motor, and this car does come fitted with a 1-speed automatic gearbox, which is your CVT transmission, to give you this really nice smooth drive and gradual transition between gears. Now this car itself has a 5-star ANCAP rating with 7 airbags, so lots of safety for the passengers in the car. A little bit of information: the lithium-ion battery that has a combined power output of 130 kilowatts with the alternating engine power at 60 kilowatts, and the petrol motor itself produces 94 kilowatts with 199 newton meters of torque. So again, enough torque and power and functionality and good economy on a car like this. Now I'm not going to touch exactly on what fuel consumption and average fuel distance are, as they can vary depending on how you drive the car and how long you charge the car, but the plug-in hybrid standalone system can run about 50 kilometers on purely hybrid, and then you can use a petrol motor to recharge that and pretty much keep driving on it as much as you can. So what we're going to do now is actually take a look inside the car and some of the features. Alright, now taking a look inside the Outlander itself. Now as you can see, it is quite a nice design on the interior as it is on the exterior. It's quite simple in its design, but yet quite functional as well. It's got everything you could possibly need. Now we'll touch on exactly what's in here. Now starting off on the driver's side door, do get your full automatic windows. Now they are fully automatic both front and back for all 4 windows. Do also get your central locking above that and your window lock control to stop everyone from playing around with the windows. And above that is your side mirror toggles, which you can adjust them using this little control. Now on the right hand side of the dash, there are a few little buttons here. I don't know if you could really see it. I'll just lift it up. You've got a little card button here. Now that is for the display in the dash here. That is going to give you your fuel consumption, your battery consumption, electric driving, lots of information for the driver, especially if you are into these cars. You're going to want to know how much really is in the car. You've also got your stability control and height adjuster of the headlights. Below that, there's a blank spot here, parking sensors, lane departure warning and forward collision mitigation, which are some of the safety features that come in this model. Again, we'll be happy to elaborate on these if you need a bit more information. On the right hand stalk here is your left and right indicator, fog lamp controls and high beam and headlights. Now the headlights are an automatic dusk sensing system. You just leave it in auto. Car's going to sense when it needs to use them and turn them on. And at the end here is a little button for your automatic high beam system as well. On the left hand side is your wipers and washers. So on the left here is your on the very end is your rear wipers and washers, and the stalk is for your front wipers and washers. They are again an automatic system. You just leave it in auto. Car's going to decide when it needs to use them. And on the very end here is your headlight washers. Now paddle shifts are for your sports shift, or if you want a little bit more control over the car. So when the car is in drive, like so, you can see it shows D there, and if I tap this, it says B1, B2. Now that'll just give you a little bit more extra control over the gears itself. If you want just a bit more control. Now the B is to allow for more charging, but we'll actually touch on that in a minute when we get down to the gear shifter. But other than that, pretty standard system. On the right hand side is your cruise control and speed limiter buttons and adaptive cruise control as well. On the left hand side are your media controls, so source, volume and seek, and voice control, call and reject. Now if you will notice, these steering wheels are different to what you get in the rest of the Outlanders. These are a more updated steering wheel which you see in the Tritons and the Pajero Sport. A lot sportier and a lot more comfortable to use, so quite a nice design in these. Now just behind here is your stop start button, most important button in the car. Coming over to the entertainment system now, these, it is an updated, slightly larger entertainment system. These come with your Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, as well as AM, FM radio and digital radio and Bluetooth Connect, and pretty much everything you could possibly need in a car like this. As I said, it does come with Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, so your maps and everything will run through that as well. Bluetooth Connect, settings, and PHEV and info, which is just again more info for the driver in terms of monitoring the car itself. Below that is your climate control. So these cars come with dual climate control. Driver and passenger have their own settings. Fan speeds below that and all your modes. Hazards are nice and easy to access. Underneath that is your 12-volt socket. Not a cigarette lighter. We don't encourage people to smoke in the cars. A USB input for your CarPlay system. An eco mode button to save extra fuel on top of how efficient this car already is. And a small little compartment here. Now that is actually for the key. If this key dies, you can use this to actually open the door, and you will need to put this into this compartment to actually start the car, so the car will register that the key is also in the cabin. Behind that is this unique gear shifter. Now as I said, it's very different in its design to what you're probably normally used to. The park is a button that's behind the actual shifter. To actually put it into any one of these, if I flick that down, it's not going to do anything. You actually need to flick it to the right and then down. And as you can see, the drive lights up, and if I flick it to the right, or if I flick it across, that'll put it into B, and if I flick it up, that'll put it into reverse. And you can see that reverse camera that does also come in the model. Not very clear at the moment because of the light, but if you can see that, you've got your rear bar just at the bottom there, and if you get a tow bar or something fitted, you can see that quite clearly. So right now it's in D, which is your standard drive mode, and if I bring that down, that'll put it into B. Now what B is just a little bit, it just allows the car to engine brake, especially if you're going downhill or come into a stop. It allows for that electric motor to charge up a little bit quicker. Next up, you have a save charge button, which, as it says, will save you a little bit of charge, and you got EV, which will engage your fully electric motor. Behind that is your twin motor four-wheel drive, so your four-wheel drive select system with a sports mode, which will probably make it a little bit more responsive as well. These cars come with an electric park brake and an auto hold option, which is just going to hold the car until you accelerate, especially if you're stopped at the lights. And you also get the added benefit of heating seats in the PHEV, so you got a high heat and a low heat in the car. Behind that is a very comfortable leather stitch armrest with small storage compartment inside there. I'll get the camera person to actually pan around the interior and show you just what it's like on the inside of the car. So you've got the cloth seats. Above here is a storage compartment for your sunnies. All your light controls are here, and rear visor, the sun visor with the mirror. Roof lining is in that beautiful beige color. Like I said, do recommend you get some carpet mats. Now there is a plastic bit in the middle there, which is different from your standard Outlanders, but that is for the electric motor. And you've also got two USB sockets for any extra charging for the passengers in the back of the car. These seats come with ISO fixed points and car seat mounting points in the back as well. So what we'll do now is actually jump outside and wrap up this video. Thank you so much for watching the walk around video on this 2019 MY20 Mitsubishi Outlander PHEV in an ES ADAS model. Now I hope this gave you a good representation as to some of the benefits of going for this car, and also some of the features that comes in this particular model. Now make sure you grab a hold of these, because you know what's so unique about these Outlanders. If you've done your research, you know that these are some of the best value hybrid cars on the market at the moment, and for the price that these particular ones are going for, you don't want to miss out. Now if you did have any additional questions, wanted to test drive it, or actually wanted to purchase it before you came in, you can do that. The number to dial is 99070555. Just before I go though, this car does qualify for a Platinum 1 program. Now what that will give you as a buyer is a 5 years extended protection, like for like new car warranty. It does also come with the added benefit of 10 years Platinum roadside assistance nationwide. So if you plan on keeping this car for a long time, which I'm sure you will be, there's great value in this. So please speak to us about this. In addition to that, do highly recommend you take advantage of the glass coat and tinting package. Now that is going to give you a lifetime warranty on this beautiful Starlight paintwork, and we're going to tint the car for you as well. And we all know all the benefits of tint: heat reduction, UV protection, and also that shatterproof film, which is going to keep all the passengers safe inside the car. So great value in these. Now please speak to us about these options. They are at an additional cost. However, if you are using our in-house finance, I would love to introduce you to our business managers, Julie and Mario, who show just some minimal these will really affect your payments. Now lastly, but most importantly, please check out our Google reviews. With over 1,100 reviews and sitting at 4.8 stars, gives you the assurance as a buyer that you're dealing with the right people and the right kind of business for a good quality vehicle. Now, as I mentioned before, if you did have any additional questions, the number to dial is 9907 0555. My name is Nathan, and thank you so much for watching.